Welcome to Biggest Spoilars, the destination for exclusive spoilers, latest updates.
General Hospital spoilers for January 19th to 23rd, 2026 reveal Michael Corinthos being in trouble and Sonny Corinthos scrabbling. As we always do on early edition day, we start with what's coming the rest of this week, also we dive into what's ahead coming week. General Hospital spoilers. Anna makes an escape attempt on Wednesday, January 14th. We've got Jen Sidwell saying to one of his men she was getting too near, so he to extemporize. And I suppose Sidwell's talking about why he to abduct Anna Devane. I do wonder also in this wrestling match if Pascal is going to get the better of Anna. I mean, he's a bigger Joe and a stronger Joe. A 2026 GH spoiler said that Anna was going to make an escape attempt and would be baffled. Plus, indeed if she got down from Pascal, there's fortified security far and wide. Easily, Anna isn't going anywhere anytime soon until she's saved, which is coming. Carly's parlous wiretapping and the trap for Sidwell on GH. Carly Corinthos Spencer gets some useful information when she's wiretapping. This is her listening in on Jack Brennan and Britt Westbourne talking about conniving to trap Sidwell and get his exploration he has her doing for the WSB so that the WSB can have it. Meanwhile, Brennan is yelling to Notoriety, "What the hell are you doing in my room?" The question is he venting at Carly? It looks like she slipped on a mask to make it feel like she was in his room staying for coitus. I suppose she's going to try to play it off as commodity intimate. It was kind of ironic because Valentine Cassadine was just asking Carly how long she's going to keep sleeping with a man she dislikes that much, and she may have to do it again. We'll see. Valentine caught at Windmere and Ava Jerome's deception on General Hospital. It's a close call for Valentine this week. Ava Jerome caught him at Windmere, but it looks like he's going to get down. Also Ava tells Notoriety he's just full of surprises, isn't he? I suppose she's talking about Valentine because Ava is going to tell Sidwell that she caught Valentine lurking in the house. She may tell him what he was doing, that he was creeping around the fireplace looking for the switch for the secret door, which she said she had taken out. Jason Morgan and Britt Westbourne's expiring love on GH+. Jason Morgan is comparing notes with Elizabeth Weber. It could be about the Willow Tate versus Michael situation at trial and her evidence. Obviously, Jason's not going to hold it against her. Elizabeth just said what happened. Plus, while he's over at the sanitarium, Jason runs into Britt and asks if she wants to go out with him tonight, and she's going to say yes. This is indeed though Brad Cooper told Britt that Jason will always choose other people above her. She's just a smitten alley cat. Brad is going to ask Jason to stay down from Britt, as we prognosticated was going to be, but I don't suppose he's going to hear. Sonny seeks answers as the trial reaches a breaking point. Carly tells Notoriety this is a disaster, and it looks like she's back in her garret talking to Valentine. Whether or not Jack caught her poking or he's yelling at Notoriety differently, obviously Carly knows it's bad. I do suppose Jack caught her. Also, of course, Ava caught Valentine doing the same. Both of them have lost the element of surprise. That means Valentine needs to get to Sidwell sooner rather than laterally. Sonny is after answers. He and Alexis Davis are talking, and Sonny is saying that Notoriety has to take the fall to make this go down. I wonder if Alexis violated her pledge as a counsel and told Sonny that Willow shot Drew Kane Quartermain, and that she spooked Willow is going to get a not shamefaced verdict and also Michael will come under scrutiny. However, that would be a good thing for the DA to concentrate on, if Sonny can find a red herring like Sidwell. Laura Collins plays Peacemaker and youthful romance blooms on General Hospital on Thursday, January 15th. We've got Laura Spencer winding up playing Interceder. It could be between her family Martin Gray and Tracy Quartermain because Tracy is indeed angrier now that she knows Drew left Ned Quartermain for dead and that Martin over here on Tracy and Michael and gave the word to Alexis. I loved that when Olivia Falconeri came down with the gun, Martin was just like, "I'm out," and he just left, which was the smart thing to do. Carly spends some time reconnecting with Jocelyn Jacks on Thursday. Of course, Carly's son is still upset about Valentine being on the loose. I wonder if Carly might accidentally cock Jocelyn off by just being weird, especially if she asks to get commodity out of the garret or just by Carly trying to rush her out the door. Gio Palmieri and Emma Scorpio Drake take effects to the coming position, and it looks like they may make love. They've got Anna's place each to themselves. Plus, Brooklyn Quartermain gets protective about Harrison Chase, and it may be about his involvement in Willow's case. She may be facing off with Dante Falconeri or with Tracy, or with anybody differently in the family that might have some issue. Axe throwing dates and Nina's ultimatum to Drew Kane. Jason takes Britt out on a date on Thursday. They're going to go to the dismissal throwing joint. Jason's looking enough impressed when Britt hits the target. I mean, come on, Caesar Faison and Liesl Albrecht presumably had her throwing axes when she was a toddler. Obviously, Brad's going to be an issue and an handicap for this love because he doesn't trust Jason with his stylish friend's heart. On Friday, January 16th, we've got Nina Reeves putting Drew on notice. Nina blames all of Willow's problems exactly on Drew, and she wants Willow to leave him. Nina may advise Drew just to sit down, shut up, and not make anything worse until they get this verdict. Anna's shocking discovery and Alexis Davis's legal straits on General Hospital. Anna is in for a shock. She's not going to get down running out, but I do wonder if she may see enough while she's trying to make an escape attempt to realize she's on Ladle Island and that she's still in Port Charles. Alexis has to explain her conduct. Drew or Willow may have some questions like, why was Alexis so late to court? Why was her ending so lackluster? Why did she name-drop Willow rather of Michael at that one eyebrow caregiving point of her ending? Was that a Freudian slip? Was it purposeful? Also, we saw Diane Miller in a wheelchair at the law office. By the way, if you don't know it, actress Carolyn Hennessy tripped while trying not to trip over her pooch and broke her leg enough poorly. She's at present back on her bases, but at the time these scenes mugged, the actress was still recovering. General Hospital spoilers. The week of January 19th through 23rd, Willow anxiously awaits her fate. That verdict is coming. Chase is there for Dante on Friday. Going into the week of January 19th through the 23rd, Alexis may win in court but still face some issues seeing Scout Kane because Drew is inescapably going to find out that Willow shot him. My plutocrat is on a not shamefaced verdict on General Hospital. We'll see. Also, the DA may incontinently shift attention over to Michael. Charlotte Cassadine is going to sneak down from her defensive detail. While searching for her, we're going to see some sparks fly between Nathan West and Lulu Spencer. Martin's facing serious trouble from Tracy. Nina has to deal with Brennan, who's looking to cash in his favor by trying to get word on Valentine. Valentine's life in danger and further Port Charles drama on General Hospital. We may get some Rick Lansing scenes soon. However, she may push for a guardianship hail if Willow gets that not shamefaced verdict. Valentine's determined to cover Charlotte, and it may bring him his life. Britt and Jason are soon stranded in a blizzard, and Britt may unmask the sap about what's really going on in her life. Anna gets a shocking blast from her once soon. Dante, Sonny, and others worry and wonder what comes next after this verdict. Portia Robinson has to face the maternity test soon. Valentine may circle back to Sidwell veritably soon with the information that Brennan is working with Britt against him. Plus, Cody Bell and Molly Lansing Davis are Swain Gal functionary, but their troubles aren't over yet. Port Charles is standing at the edge of a reckoning. Secrets that have been buried under loyalty, fear, and power are beginning to rise to the surface, and as the week unfolds, it becomes painfully clear that no one will emerge unscathed. This is not just a week of verdicts and confrontations, it is a baptism by fire, where truth demands sacrifice, and every character must decide what they are willing to lose to survive. As always on Early Edition Spoiler Week, we begin by looking at the final days of the current week before plunging headfirst into the storm waiting ahead. Anna Devane, a desperate escape and a hard reality. Anna Devane is running out of time and options. Midweek, viewers watch as Jen Sidwell coldly explains to one of his associates that Anna got too close. Those 4 words speak volumes. Anna's instincts, her relentless pursuit of truth, forced Sidwell's hand. The kidnapping wasn't random. It was preventative. Anna does what Anna always does when cornered, she fights. A brutal struggle erupts between Anna and Pascal, a man whose sheer size and strength give him the advantage. This isn't a fair fight. This is survival versus inevitability. Anna throws everything she has into the escape attempt, but spoilers already warned us, her bid for freedom will fail. Even if Anna momentarily gains the upper hand, reality closes in fast. Armed guards. Tight security. Nowhere to run. And yet, this attempt is not meaningless. During the chaos, Anna may glimpse just enough to realize something shocking: she isn't halfway across the globe. She's still in Port Charles. Still on Spoon Island. Still dangerously close to home, and to the people who could save her. Hope flickers, but rescue won't come yet. Not this week. Carly Corinthos, eavesdropping on danger. Carly Corinthos Spencer has never been able to resist listening where she shouldn't, and this week, it may cost her dearly. While lurking near Jack Brennan's room, Carly overhears a conversation that changes everything. Brennan and Britt Westbourne are discussing a covert operation, one designed to trap Sidwell and seize critical research he's been hoarding. Research the WSB wants. Research Britt has been forced to work on. This isn't idle chatter. This is espionage with lethal consequences. But Carly's timing is terrible. Suddenly, Brennan explodes, shouting at someone in his room. The tension spikes. Has Carly been caught? Thinking fast, she improvises, slipping into a robe, playing the part of a woman who was waiting for something far more intimate. It's a risky move, especially given the bitter irony of it all. Valentine Cassadine recently questioned how long Carly planned to keep sleeping with a man she openly despises. Fate seems to be daring her to answer that question. Whether Brennan fully buys the act or not, one thing is clear: Carly knows too much now. And knowledge, in Port Charles, is never free. Valentine Cassadine and Ava Jerome, secrets collide. Meanwhile, danger stalks the halls of Windmere. Valentine Cassadine comes perilously close to exposure when Ava Jerome catches him inside the estate. It's a near miss, but not a harmless one. Valentine manages to slip away, but Ava isn't fooled. Later, Ava coolly remarks that Valentine is full of surprises, and it's clear she's already decided how to use what she saw. Ava informs Sidwell that Valentine was snooping around, specifically near the fireplace, hunting for the secret passage lever she once removed. The element of surprise is gone. Valentine knows the clock is ticking. Carly has been compromised. He's been spotted. Sidwell is tightening his grip. Whatever move Valentine makes next has to be fast and final. Jason Morgan and Britt Westbourne, sparks ignite. Amid the chaos, something unexpected and tender begins to grow. Jason Morgan finds himself comparing notes with Elizabeth Weber, likely discussing the explosive courtroom battle between Willow and Michael. There's no bitterness from Jason, only understanding. Elizabeth told the truth, and Jason respects that. Later, at the hospital, Jason runs into Britt. He asks her out. And Britt says yes. Brad Cooper is instantly alarmed. He warns Britt that Jason will always choose others over her, that heartbreak is inevitable. But Britt is glowing, swept up in the possibility of something real. Brad confronts Jason directly, asking him to stay away. Jason doesn't listen. Because when Jason Morgan decides to open his heart, even a crack, it means everything. Sonny Corinthos, a man demanding answers. Sonny Corinthos senses the ground shifting beneath him. As the trial teeters on the edge of collapse, Sonny meets with Alexis Davis. His message is blunt: someone has to take the fall to make this nightmare end. The implication is chilling. Has Alexis crossed a line? Did she tell Sonny the truth, that Willow shot Drew Kane Quartermain? Is she terrified Willow will walk free, leaving Michael under suspicion? Sonny's solution is as old as his empire: redirect the fire. If Sidwell becomes the villain in the DA's eyes, maybe everyone else survives. But Port Charles doesn't let sin stay buried for long. Thursday, peace, passion, and pent-up anger. Laura Collins finds herself playing peacemaker once again, stepping between Tracy Quartermain and Martin Gray. Tracy's fury has reached new heights, especially after learning Drew abandoned Ned to die and Martin secretly fed information to Alexis. Martin, ever the survivor, wisely removes himself from the line of fire when Olivia Falconeri storms in armed and furious. Elsewhere, Carly reconnects with Jocelyn. But tension lingers. Joss remains deeply uneasy about Valentine still being free. Carly's odd behavior, guarding the attic, rushing conversations, may raise more questions than she intends. Meanwhile, romance blooms. Gio Palmieri and Emma Scorpio Drake grow closer, sharing stolen intimacy at Anna's empty place. Their connection deepens, perhaps crossing into something life-changing. Brooklyn Quartermain grows defensive over Harrison Chase, especially regarding his role in Willow's case. Family loyalty clashes with moral judgment, and Brooklyn is done apologizing. AXE throwing and ultimatums. Jason and Britt's date takes a surprisingly playful turn at an axe-throwing range. Britt nails the target effortlessly, leaving Jason impressed, and maybe a little smitten. Growing up with Albrecht and Faison clearly had its perks. But shadows loom. Brad remains a constant obstacle, convinced Jason will destroy Britt's heart. On Friday, Nina Reeves unleashes her fury on Drew Kane. She blames him for every mistake Willow has made and demands he back off completely until the verdict comes in. Nina's warning is sharp, protective, and absolute. Anna's shock and Alexis's guilt. Anna's failed escape attempt leaves her shaken, but also awakened. She pieces together clues that confirm she's still in Port Charles. That realization is both comforting and terrifying. Back in the courtroom aftermath, Alexis faces uncomfortable scrutiny. Why was she late? Why was her closing argument so weak? Why did she seemingly name-drop Willow instead of Michael? Was it a slip, or a confession? Diane Miller, recovering from injury, watches from the sidelines, aware that Alexis may have already sealed her own fate. The week of January 19th to 23rd, the verdict and the fallout. Willow waits. The verdict looms. Everything changes now. Most signs point to a not guilty ruling, but freedom comes with consequences. If Willow walks, the DA may immediately turn their sights on Michael. Drew will learn the truth. Custody battles may erupt. Alexis may win the case, but lose Scout forever. Charlotte Cassadine slips away from protective custody, sending Valentine into a panic. In the search, sparks ignite between Lulu Spencer and Nathan West. Tracy sets her sights on Martin with ruthless intent. Nina faces Brennan, who demands repayment in the form of Valentine's secrets. Valentine prepares to sacrifice everything to protect Charlotte, even his life. A blizzard strands Jason and Britt together, forcing emotional confessions that could change their future. Anna faces a blast from her past that threatens everything she knows. Portia Robinson braces for the paternity truth. Cody and Molly make it official, but storms still gather. And Sonny, Dante, and the rest of Port Charles stand at the crossroads, asking the same question. What comes next, after the truth finally speaks?